In the dream, I was working somewhere in Miami, Florida, and during the evening, I found myself in a restaurant with my boss, the owner of the company that I work for. He was an elite member of the government, a billionaire. While we were having a conversation, we were suddenly interrupted by breaking news coverage. Everyone in the restaurant became silent. The news anchor reported that we have a confirmed asteroid heading towards Earth, and so we must all be prepared and move away from the coastal cities as soon as possible. Immediately upon hearing this, people began to panic, and some started leaving the building. My billionaire boss, however, was not surprised in the least. He seemed to have known all along that this was coming. So he felt pity for me and leaned over and wrote me a check with a big $11,000 written on it. The number 11 was very conspicuous on the check. He then pointed and showed me secretly a date on the check, which was the month and day when the asteroid would impact. However, when I woke up, I could only remember the superimposed number 11 that was written on the check, which I believe represents the year of the impact. In the dream, it was on a holiday weekend, and the reason why my boss had written me this amount of money was so that I could prepare for the event. About the next day, I was at some airport very anxious to leave Miami, like everyone else was. The roads in and out of the airport was blocked with cars, and the highways were jammed. Everyone was anxious to leave. I saw planes flying out of Florida filled with people. Fear, anxiety, and chaos was everywhere. It seemed as if the news report had come too late, for while I was yet leaving the airport on foot, with many others, in the morning, the asteroid became visible, and we could all see it way off in the sky, heading towards Earth. Upon seeing it, everyone left in South Florida was sure of one thing: we would not make it. This truth was terrible. Knowing we had only minutes to live, we all began running for higher grounds. In real life, there are no mountains in Florida, but in this dream, there were two mountains, one higher than the other. I believe they are symbolic of those who are in God's will and will be saved from destruction. I climbed up the first mountain and saw people waiting there. I then saw another mountain in the distance, and a voice told me to climb to the highest one in sight. When I reached the highest mountain, only few people, a very small group, have made it with me. Then we all looked off the east coast of Miami, where I saw and heard this enormous explosion. Moments later, we could see a wave rising up out of the sea. I remember clearly that the sun seemed to be rising from our point of view, and the sky was blue with no clouds. The wave became so high that it slowly blocked out the rising sun in front of us. As I was bracing for death, filled with extreme fear, someone in the group suggested that we united as one. So we held hands and huddled together. What happened next was, for lack of a better word, impossible. Either we were lifted above the wave or it came right under us. I really don't know, but we were saved, and everyone else was washed away. The way we escaped the wave in this dream was supernatural and totally unexpected.